what if I told you guys that this game placed you in lobbies based on your skill? Well, that's easy. You guys would tell me that's skill-based matchmaking and it's in the game. But what if we went a step further and I told you guys that your health in the game and the hitboxes you have are also based on your skill level? So let me explain something really fast. Your hitboxes, it's that thing where if anyone aims around you, that's what counts as a shot hitting you. What if yours was really big and the enemies had such an easy time hitting you, and then every time you went to shoot at the enemies, theirs was really small and it made it really hard to hit them? I'll give you guys a little quick example right here. As you guys can see, this big one right here is very easy to hit. You have to hit anywhere in this box in order for it to count as a shot connecting. Now, if you have yours where the enemies shoot at you, this is how big it is. But if your skill is very high and you're shooting at the enemies, this is what you have to shoot in order to kill them compared to what they have to kill you. So guys, I have 100% proof in this video. You could always take it with a grain of salt, let me tell you guys that right now, but this is a patent that Activision put out earlier in 2017, which means that they were probably planning on throwing it in this game. And it does make a lot of sense, because I'm sure you guys have noticed a few fishy things in this game, but that isn't it. We're gonna get into more details, but first off, let's roll that intro. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Today I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So Pamaj recently tweeted out this super long text tweet and stuff like that, and this has to do with the patent that Infinity Ward sent out, or Activision sent out, in order to actually get this patented, and it's their idea and they want to start implementing it in their video games. So this is a lot of crazy stuff. As you guys can see, it's a lot of text to go through and read, but I'm gonna break it down for you guys. We're gonna read the most important parts, and if you guys don't understand some of it, I'm gonna explain everything. They also base your health on some stuff, if you guys could read this as well. So your health, let's say you get into a game and everybody there has a lower skill level than you, well, your health will probably be 80 health out of 100, and theirs will probably be 100 out of 100, meaning you got to shoot them with 4 bullets to kill them, and they only have to shoot you with 3 using the exact same gun. And if this is the case, that is absolutely ridiculous and should not be in a first-person shooter game whatsoever. Should not be in a Call of Duty, and I'm pretty damn upset if this actually is in the game. And I've noticed some weird things. I have noticed that I've gotten melted a lot. I have noticed that it takes more bullets with the same gun I'm always using to kill an enemy, and sometimes it melts them really fast. And I have noticed that it is very hard to hit targets sometimes. Like, I could shoot directly at someone and it won't count as a hit marker, and I always blame it on lag. I always blame it on netcoding and stuff like that, but there's a lot more behind it. This Call of Duty feels different compared to the rest of them. So let's read one important thing, and that is one of the first lines on this text. So right here it says, illustrates a table providing an exemplary list of parameters of a gameplay session that are modified based on a player's skill level. So that's going to base things pretty much on a player's skill level. So if you have high skill, the game is going to be harder for you. If you have a lower skill, the game is going to be easier for you. Then if you continue reading from there, it says, and the corresponding experience for players of different skill levels. Like I mentioned, it's going to be easy for those people at different skill levels and hard for the ones who are in higher skill levels. For example, in a first shooter gaming environment, when a first player aims his weapon at a target, a parameter defining the tolerance for how accurate the player's aim must be to hit a target is modified based on the acquired skill level of the player. Then it says the computer assigns the tolerance for how accurate the player's aim must be to hit the target differently based on the skill levels of the first player. A player having a higher skill level will be assigned a lower tolerance parameter and therefore will have to be more accurate in aiming in order to hit the target. So right there, that just it explains everything I just said, and this is in the patent that they sent out, so it's definitely in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a light form of this is in the game. So what they just said right there, that if you are very high skilled, you have to be a lot more accurate than someone who's barely skilled whatsoever in the game. They could miss a few bullets and it'll still count as hitting you, whereas you cannot even miss one shot. You just can't. So that is there. That is definitely in the game. And then if we continue this, it says a player having a lower skill level be assigned a higher tolerance parameter and therefore could be less accurate in aiming in order to hit the target. Exactly what I just said, guys. It's insane. And now we're going to go on to this right here. As shown, column 310 of Table 1 list modifiable parameters such as degree of accuracy required to hit a target. Column 312 lists the experience of a player having a high skill level, which may be high degree of accuracy required. Column 314 lists the experience of a player having medium skill level, which whatever blah blah blah, and then it goes on to say column 316 is the low level, which means they barely have to be any like they barely have to be accurate at all, right? It says likelihood of hitting the enemy target and stuff like that. Guys, this is insane. Like this is just not right. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But that's not the only thing that they spoke about within this. There's a huge number of examples that they gave within this actual patent right here, and it just gets crazier and crazier the higher you go. They even, I'm not going to go ahead and read that part. I'll link this down below if you guys want to read this yourself, because I don't want to bore you guys reading all this paperwork and whatnot. But they talk about one thing that is insane, and it says likelihood of a player being in a situation where more enemies are around him. So the only way that could happen in Call of Duty is if they start spawning enemies near you if you're on a higher streak. And have you guys noticed every time you go on a higher kill streak and you start dominating the lobby, the enemies always get closer and closer to you. The spawn always gets closer and closer to you, to some point where the enemies spawn right in front of your face, like literally right in front of you. And that's because you're probably doing good within that match and the last couple of matches before that. But there is one other thing, the last thing I want to read to you guys, and that is one really crazy thing within the game as well. And you guys have to check this one out, because this one is man, this one's gonna make everybody mad. So this one actually talks about your health and how your health is affected based on your skill. So it says puzzles and players adjustments, which may include players' health damage, speed, available abilities, and difficulty level. My bad. In one embodiment, the player's health are scaled based on the aggregate skill level. A 358 corresponding to aggregate skill for all players is generated and presented to the players via a game console, resulting in each player within a team experience, guys, listen to this part super carefully, experience a customized degree of difficulty or challenge within a content in the gameplay session. The degree of difficulty or challenge or any other game parameter is customized for the team of players based on their aggregate skill level information. So this is why you always get the bad teammates and you always seem to go up against the really good team and stuff like that. Your team always seems useless and the enemy team seems like they're all really decent at the game at most. So this one is explaining that you are going to get the noobs because your skill level is really high. They got to put all the other type of players on the opposite team in order to actually have a chance at beating you. And this is insane because they really messed it up within the matchmaking system and stuff like that. You literally get all the worst players in the lobby, whereas everybody else gets the better team. They just have the better team. And the way they worded this has me wondering if this really does affect the health and stuff like that. If this really does affect everything. It says your difficulty is going to be based on your skill. So that means, is it going to be harder to hit those enemies? It will be, first of all, because those hitboxes are going to be really small. But is it going to change everything? And this changes on a game-to-game basis. They clarify that right there. It's in one gaming session. So I don't know if they mean that one match, or if they mean every time you get online, it's gonna base it off your last experience. And if that's the case, I'm sorry to say it, man, some people are going to start reverse boosting if they haven't already, and I'm not going to get mad at them. Like, I really won't. Play a game, play normally the whole entire night. It's going to put you in lobbies based on your previous gaming experience, whether that was a few hours ago or a few days ago or the night before, anything like that, and then just reverse boost your last 5 matches and your next day should be pretty easy. And but I don't want to promote it. I don't want to promote reverse boosting. In all honesty, you could get banned for that. It is a bannable offense, so don't do it. But yo, guys, have a discussion in the comments, man. I'm gonna be reading every comment. I want to know what people think about this. This is insane. This isn't what Call of Duty is about, and it's supposed to be an arcade shooter where you just go on and just have a blast, have as much fun as you possibly can. And then they go in, they make it into like this MLG try-hard type thing and change absolutely everything. And I have to say, man, it's really bad. And then one tweet I want to read out, because I really do like the 2v2 mode. I really do like it a lot. And one tweet that actually Ninja tweeted out and stuff like that says, I like the gunfight, or I feel like a gunfight was one of the best game modes to grace FPS in the last decade. It's really unfortunate that Activision is making so many ridiculous, unnecessary changes to the game mode. And they are, man. They took out the regular gunfight and they put in the OSP or OPS or whatever the heck it's called. And to me, personally, I feel like that's not gunfight. I don't like it. I feel like one side has a better chance of getting better weapons closer to them, whereas the other side has to run really far to get those good weapons depending on the map. I don't know, man. I'm just not crazy about it. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of everything we spoke about within the video down in the comments. Drop a like on this video, and if you guys made it this far, might as well subscribe with those notifications turned on if you haven't yet. Anyways, guys, my name is Nick. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.